Okay, so today we're going to dive into something I think a lot of you struggle with, and that's how to improve your English speaking skills just through everyday conversations.
You got it, and we've got this great episode of Smart Podcast to pull from.
Episode 36.
Yeah.
With Harry and Emily, an English language expert.
Exactly, and we're going to see if we can't extract some really helpful tips from that episode for you, our listeners.
For sure. So the big question here is, why are daily conversations so important for learning English?
Right, like you'd think just talking wouldn't be enough, right?
You would think.
But Emily really emphasizes that, you need to know grammar and vocab.
Of course, the basics.
But speaking is where you really learn to use it. It's like the application.
That's interesting. So it's not enough to just know the rules.
Exactly. You have to actually use them in real conversations to make it stick.
Okay, so Emily highlights 3 key benefits to speaking every day.
Right.
The first is learning to think in English.
Yeah, instead of translating everything in your head.
Right. Like, how does just talking help with that?
Well, it's kind of like building a muscle. The more you speak English, the stronger those neural pathways in your brain become.
So it's like training your brain.
Exactly. The connections between concepts and their English words become faster and more efficient.
Oh, interesting. So the more you speak, the less you have to think about translating.
Exactly. Your brain just starts thinking in English naturally.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like when you learn a new sport or a musical instrument, the more you practice, the less you have to think about each step or each note.
That's a great analogy.
Okay, and the second benefit is improving pronunciation.
Right, because it's not just about knowing the sounds.
No, it's about being able to actually say them.
And when you speak, you're engaging all the muscles involved in making those sounds.
Oh, so it's like a physical thing too.
Exactly. And you're also getting immediate feedback when you hear yourself speak. You can adjust and improve.
Right. And if you're talking with native speakers, you're hearing the correct pronunciation all the time.
Exactly. And your brain starts to pick up on those patterns.
Makes sense.
Okay, so benefit number 3 is building confidence. And Emily actually says this is more important than perfect grammar.
Oh, really? That's interesting because so many learners get hung up on making mistakes.
I know, right? They're afraid to speak because they don't want to sound stupid.
I totally get that.
But Emily says you have to be willing to make mistakes. It's how you learn.
But how do you get over that fear?
Well, she suggests starting small, like talking to yourself in English.
Really, just talking to yourself?
Yeah, like describe what you're doing, what you're seeing, even if no one's listening.
That's kind of a cool idea.
It is. It helps you get comfortable with the sounds of the language.
You don't feel self-conscious because no one's judging you.
Exactly. And you can also record yourself speaking and then listen back to it.
So you can hear how you sound.
Yeah, and identify areas you want to work on.
That's a great tip. And eventually you can start practicing with a partner.
Yes, someone who's also learning English or a native speaker if you can find one.
Right, because then you can support each other and make mistakes together.
Exactly. It takes the pressure off.
But what if you don't have anyone to talk to?
That's a common problem. But Emily has some good suggestions for that too.
Like what?
Well, you can try using AI assistants like Siri or Alexa.
Oh yeah, they're always available.
Exactly. And you can practice asking questions, giving commands, just getting used to speaking English.
And they won't judge your grammar.
Not at all. Another option is language exchange apps.
Oh yeah, like Tandem or HelloTalk.
Those are great because you can connect with people from all over the world.
And practice speaking with native speakers.
Exactly. And they can practice speaking your language too.
So it's a win-win.
And then there are online forums and voice chat groups.
Where you can connect with other English learners.
Yes, and practice speaking in a more structured environment.
Okay, so there are tons of options, even if you don't have someone to practice with in person.
Right.
So Emily also recommends a 10-minute daily practice routine.
Yeah, it's super simple, but really effective.
Okay, so break it down for us.
First, you choose a topic, anything you're interested in.
Could be anything, really.
Exactly. Then you spend a few minutes just speaking about that topic out loud, even if you're alone.
Just getting those words out.
Yes. Then you record yourself speaking for a few minutes.
Oh, right. That's that recording technique we talked about.
Exactly. And then you listen back to it and identify any new words or phrases you want to learn.
And look them up.
Yes, and practice using them.
That's a really clever way to make your vocabulary more relevant.
It is, and it helps you remember the words better.
Okay, so that's 10 minutes well spent.
Definitely. And Emily also mentions a technique called shadowing.
What's that?
It's basically listening to native speakers and repeating what they say at the same time.
Oh, like mimicking their pronunciation?
Yeah, exactly. And it's really helpful for improving your intonation and rhythm.
So it's not just about the words themselves.
No, it's about how you say them, the music of the language.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and Emily has this great story about one of her students, Maria, who was terrified of speaking English, but she started using these techniques, and within 3 months, she was holding full conversations.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is, and it just goes to show that consistent practice, even in small doses, can make a huge difference.
That's inspiring.
So key takeaway is don't wait until you feel ready. Just start speaking.
Even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
Exactly. And be patient with yourself. It takes time.
So let's wrap this up with the main points we've covered today.
Sounds good.
Okay, so first, daily conversation is key to improving your English speaking skills.
It helps you think in English, improve your pronunciation, and build confidence.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're part of the learning process.
Exactly. And there are tons of resources available to help you practice even if you don't have a partner.
Like AI assistants, language exchange apps, and online forums.
Right. And Emily's 10-minute daily practice routine is a great place to start.
It's simple and effective, and anyone can do it.
So to finish up, we have a challenge for you.
I like challenges. Hit me.
We want you to record yourself speaking in English for 2 minutes today.
Just 2 minutes. That's easy.
It is just talk about your day, your plans, anything that comes to mind.
And don't worry about being perfect.
Exactly. Just focus on speaking.
I think our listeners can do that.
And make it a daily habit. See how much you improve over time.
Love that. And I think Emily said it best.
She did.
Consistent effort is the key to success.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as you go about your day-to-day, think about how you can incorporate even a few minutes of English conversation into your routine.
It could be talking to yourself, listening to a podcast, or chatting with a friend.
Possibilities are endless.
They are. And just imagine how much more fluent and confident you could become with a little bit of effort each day.
It's definitely food for thought.
It is, so get out there and start speaking.
And let us know how it goes. We'd love to hear about your progress.
We would. And who knows, maybe this simple habit of speaking English every day could unlock a whole new world of opportunities for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are you waiting for? Get started today.
You got this.
Thanks for listening.
And happy speaking.
Bye for now.
See ya.